MMA is pretty scarce there, not a lot of guys coming out of Montana. Big moment for you this weekend. As you get to kind of reflect on your journey, how were you able to do it? Like, what was the biggest catalyst for you to get to this point?
Yeah, I remember when I was 16 years old, I just went and started kickboxing, boxing, and just kind of sparring. And just kind of had like this natural ability. And I think some people are truly born knowing how to fight. And I found that, and I became obsessed with it. And I don't even remember your question, but yeah.
Just that path and journey, finding the right way, and just was it kind of your passion for the sport? Like, is that maybe what was your biggest reason to get to this point? You would maybe credit?
Yeah, before I found fighting, I wanted to be in the NFL because I wanted to be rich and famous. Realized real quick that I was 5'11", 100 pounds. So I realized that wasn't realistic. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Then I found fighting. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I'm going to be, I'm gonna make money. This is how I do it. And it's literally all played out damn near perfect.
Being from Montana, do you carry any pride just knowing where you come from? And just like I said, there's not a lot of guys come from there. You and Tim both are kind of making it right now. Do you carry any pride just knowing that that's where you guys come from?
Yeah, I think being from Montana was a huge role. I mean, even just like my first couple coaches early on, Johnny Aho would, tell me if I had to fight GSP, I'd beat him, and I was delusional. I'm like, hell yeah, I would. So I was knocking people out at an early age at 16, 17, 18. I was all in Montana fighting. There was, times I fought 3 times in a month, So we were, and being in Montana, they didn't have permission. We could fight, like I said, 3 times a month. We could kickbox and go to an MMA fight. It was a little bit sketchy in a sense, but we could fight all the time. So you don't see that anymore. You don't really see that from these different promotions. And I was, So being from Montana was a massive part of my career. I gained a ton of confidence down there, gained a ton of experience. I had 14 amateur fights, and I moved to the lab, and people were like trying to get their second amateur fight. And I was, had so much experience, which definitely gave me a huge advantage.